Hello guys, you're watching Cheap as Chips. My name's Craig and today I'm bringing you an episode of how to get better at Call of Duty. And before I start talking, let me just say that this is my opinion only and probably the opinion of the people that I play with on a regular basis. These are the things that we probably apply to our game that make us better players, and these are tips that I'm going to give to you to hopefully allow you to have the same success that we have. Now, first thing I want to talk about is button layout and sensitivity, and then secondly I just want to briefly talk about the differences between 1080p and 720p when it comes to your gameplay and the size of your TV. So quickly moving on, let's talk about sensitivity. Now I use sensitivity 6 and this equates to, on every other Call of Duty game, around a sensitivity 3 or a 3.5. The reason I use the sensitivity so low is because it helps me aim at longer distances. It keeps me in control and it makes my game much more fluid. Whenever I've used sensitivity 14, I do tend to over pull the sticks across, and the people that have been using sensitivity 14 or 10, let's say for about 2 or 3 years, this probably doesn't apply to you. You're used to that setting, you've been using it for long enough. You don't need to be, I don't want to teach you guys to suck eggs. But this is mainly for the people who might have just started playing Call of Duty and they may have switched their sensitivity all the way to the top and they can't understand why they've got a 0.3 KD. And the reason is because they simply can't control their man. And believe it or not guys, most of the best players that play Call of Duty do play on lower sensitivities. Now this may be a hard thing for some people to swallow and they might strongly disagree with that statement, but the facts say it's true. And I mean by facts is most professional gaming players do use lower sensitivities, and I'm not saying that all, but I just said most. The second thing I'd like to talk about is the button layout. Now I've been using default settings for the first 2 years of playing Call of Duty, and when I went to play Battlefield, that's when things really woke me up to the fact that maybe dropshotting might have been the best option after all. Dropshotting is something that annoys people massively, and some people do really hate it, but once they start using it they realise it is massively beneficial to their game. And what I mean by this is it makes you smaller as a target, and it also gives you a better opportunity to kill 2 or 3 players in a row. Now you might not believe me, this is something that you need to probably try for yourself. And the way you do this is you go into the options menu. Again guys, I'm not trying to teach anybody to suck eggs, but there might be new people watching who haven't played Call of Duty for that long and they don't know. I know for a fact because my brother-in-law, who's just started playing the Call of Duty franchise, he didn't even know how to change his sensitivity settings, he didn't know how to change his button layout, and you will find all of these options embedded in the options menu. Now moving swiftly on, I'd like to talk to you quickly about the differences between 1080p and 720p. A lot of people ask this question. I look all over YouTube, all over Google, all over YouTube. There's videos of this everywhere. And what I find is it depends on what you're using. If you're using a high-end monitor, then 1080p could be the best setting for you. Monitors are definitely better than TVs for first-person shooter games. Any PC player will tell you this. I don't play PC. I play on my TV. I've got a HD ready TV. I find the best settings for me are 720p. That's just a bit of advice for you. Just because you're using 1080p, it doesn't make you elite and it doesn't make you legit. It somehow manages to make your target seem bigger if you're using 720p, and there is not that much difference. Whenever I use 1080p as well, it does seem to make me lag that little bit more. Anyway guys, I hope I've told you something today that you can maybe apply, or you've learned at least something. If not, then just keep gaming and have fun. Until next time, I'll see you then.